Welcome to my channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy my new stories every day. I encountered the most shocking moment of my life one evening. 2 decades of marriage, 2 wonderful children, and countless happy memories. At least, that's what I believed. That day, I came home earlier than usual, unaware that everything was about to be upended. As I stepped into our bedroom and saw the look of resolve on my wife's face, words failed me. Was this just a brief escape, or had I just stumbled upon a betrayal that could unravel everything I held dear? My name is Thomas Wilson. At the time of these events, my wife Rachel and I had just celebrated 20 years of marriage. We had met in college and tied the knot soon after graduation. We were blessed with 2 amazing daughters, Amy and Jessica. Amy had just started college, and Jessica was preparing to graduate high school. About 6 weeks ago, we had dropped Amy off at a state university, and Jessica had been considering following in her footsteps by attending the same institution. Like most siblings, the girls bickered often, but their bond was irrefutable. Amy's move had left a noticeable gap in our home, although we were proud of her and excited for the new adventures ahead. I was a partner at a major accounting firm, while Rachel worked as a supervisor at a construction materials company. Despite having studied English in college, her career had steered her in a different direction within the business world. Financially, we were in a good place, living in a beautiful house, driving new cars, and enjoying a comfortable lifestyle. However, Amy's departure to college had left Rachel unsettled. I'd noticed her acting distant over the past few weeks, but I hadn't thought too much about it. That Friday, I decided to leave work early. Jessica was away at a school camp for the weekend, so it would just be Rachel and me at home. I saw this as the perfect chance to reignite the spark in our relationship with a romantic dinner. Though something inside me sensed that things weren't quite right, instead of addressing it, I chose to focus on making things better. When I arrived home, I noticed Rachel's car in the garage, which meant she had also left work early. I entered the house and called out, "Honey, I'm home." Rachel's voice came from the bedroom. "Yes, I'm here." When I walked in, I found her applying makeup, wearing the black dress I had given her last Christmas, with an elegant pearl necklace draped around her neck. By her side was an open suitcase, and she was packing a few clothes, and in that instant, everything seemed to come to a halt. My heart raced as I took in the scene. Rachel's actions weren't for the romantic getaway I had imagined. The reality was about to shatter everything I thought I knew. "Are we going somewhere?" I asked, my voice unsure. "You didn't mention anything, but I can get ready fast." "Where are we headed?" The excitement I had hoped for evaporated when I heard her response. Rachel lowered her gaze and spoke slowly. "Thomas, I'm sorry, but I have plans this weekend. I wasn't going to tell you, but since you came home early, I need to explain. A date." The word reverberated in my mind. How could date and marriage even exist in the same sentence? Was this some kind of twisted joke? I had never felt so stunned in my life. "A date? What do you mean? We're not in an open marriage, Rachel. How could you do this?" Her tone was steady but firm. "Thomas, it's just for the weekend. I've been feeling lost ever since Amy left. This is like therapy for me. I need to reassess everything, and I'll come back on Monday as the same Rachel. Nothing will change." Her words sent a cold shiver through me. "Rachel, this is insane. How long has this been going on? Who is he? Are you cheating on me?" "No," she responded quickly. "This isn't an affair. We've only had a few lunch meetings, that's all. It's just a fling, a one-time thing. He's married with children, too. I don't want to ruin our relationship. It's just this weekend. Please try to understand." The word "understand" sparked a fire of rage in me. How could anyone ask such a thing from their spouse? Worse yet, how could they justify it? "So you think that being with another man will somehow make our marriage stronger?" I demanded. Her answer came with the same unwavering resolve. "Yes, I need to feel young, beautiful, and alive again. It's a need. I want you to see this weekend as a gift to me and try to understand. I'll come back on Monday as if nothing happened. I promise. In that moment, I knew the woman before me was no longer the Rachel I had spent years with. It felt like a stranger had taken her place. I couldn't process a logical response, and my words failed me. After a long pause, I took a deep breath and said, "If you're set on going through with this weekend, that's your choice. But just know you still have time to change your mind. You have until your Uber arrives. Before you leave, I want you to keep your phone on. It's for your safety, nothing more." Rachel hesitated, then nodded. "Okay," she said, "but promise me you won't follow me or try to." I assured her I wouldn't interfere with her plans, but inside, a tempest was brewing. Rachel's betrayal had already begun to alter the course of our lives, and I had already made plans for my next steps. As Rachel packed her bag and waited for her Uber, I sat in silence, torn between a whirlpool of emotions. I wanted to stop her, to confront the lies, but I also understood that I couldn't force her to stay. When the Uber arrived, Rachel grabbed her suitcase and made her way to the car, never looking back. And just like that, she was gone. As soon as she left, I reached for my phone. A new chapter of my life was unfolding. I thought about someone from my past who had once been close to my heart, but whom I had never fully pursued due to my loyalty to Rachel, Emma. It was time to call her. "Hi, Emma. It's Thomas," I said, my voice shaky but resolute. Emma's voice immediately took me back to a time long ago. "Thomas, it's been years. I've wondered how you've been." I quickly explained what had happened. I told her about Rachel's decision to spend the weekend with another man and that, after this, I couldn't stay in the marriage any longer. Emma was silent for a moment, then asked softly, "What do you want me to do, Thomas?" "I promised you," I said, "that if my marriage ever ended, I would call you. Well, here I am. I'd like to spend the night with you. I just need to talk." Without hesitation, Emma agreed. I made my way to her house, and when she opened the door, her warm smile made all the chaos inside me begin to calm. That night, we talked for hours about Rachel's betrayal, my feelings, and the connection Emma and I had once shared but never explored. As the night wore on, something shifted in me. I had been suppressing this for years, but I realized that I didn't just want one evening with Emma. I wanted a lifetime with her. I spent the weekend with Emma, and emotionally and physically, I felt more whole than I had in a long time. Rachel's departure that evening had, in a strange way, set me free. When Rachel returned on Sunday, she walked in confidently, her eyes bright. "See? Nothing's changed. I'm back as the same Rachel." But Rachel didn't realize that everything had changed for me. That weekend had been a turning point. And even though part of me still wanted to believe I loved her, my heart rejected it. I listened to her speak, but in my mind, I was processing everything she said as if I were taking notes. Finally, I spoke, my voice steady. "Rachel, this weekend made me realize that our marriage is over. I'm not saying I won't forgive you, but I can't continue this relationship. Tomorrow, I'll begin the divorce process." The relief on Rachel's face quickly morphed into shock and fear. In that moment, she understood that betrayal wasn't just a fleeting mistake. It had changed everything. She cried, pleaded, but my decision was final. The divorce proceedings were quick and fair. I explained everything to Amy and Jessica, urging them not to blame their mother, but to continue loving her. Over time, we all adjusted to the new reality. As for Emma and me, we rediscovered love, and within a few years, we got married. We built a beautiful family with 2 wonderful children, and I formed a deep bond with Emma's son, David. Looking back now, I realize that weekend was a pivotal moment in my life. Sometimes, the deepest betrayals open the door to the most beautiful new beginnings. Rachel lost me through her choices, but in the process, I found true love. Thank you for watching and listening to my story. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.